with your internet.
No.
Hello and welcome to Three Skulls Tavern. I'm Matt, your host, and I'm joined once again for our next installment in the Twilight 2000 campaign. First of all, I need to apologize if we get cut off at any point. We'll try and get it back online as quickly as possible, but I'm getting some warnings already that my that YouTube is not getting enough of an uploaded data stream from my shitty internet connection here in the countryside. So hopefully it'll be fine. These warnings aren't anything new to me, and I've only been cut off once or twice in the past 3 months. So yeah, anyway, over to Ed for episode 4 of Twilight 2000.
Hi. It's nice to see you all again. Some friendly faces I haven't seen for about a month. I thought to start with, just have a quick, brief recap of what happened 4 weeks ago. Also for Charlotte, who unfortunately wasn't with us. So I don't know if Charlotte has been caught up by everyone else, or has seen last month's stream.
Nah. Let's just assume no.
Okay. No. Cool. So where Charlotte left off, everyone was running for cover when a sniper was trying to attack you all. You all managed to take care of the sniper, and it turns out you had a friend with him. You managed to get fairly close, throw a grenade, or he threw a grenade actually, but landed too close. You took him out.
Didn't I shoot him while he was trying to throw a grenade?
You did, actually, that's correct.
With your crossbow.
With my crossbow, yeah.
Which meant that the grenade went short, and it took both of them out. You managed to find a old disabled UAZ or UAZ, a Russian land vehicle. Inside, you found a whole shed load of gear, which everyone was very happy to try and distribute as much as they could. When then we had a conversation about encumbrance. And I've actually come back.
Favourite sort of conversation to have in any role-playing game.
Actually, we got armor. I don't know where. Yeah,
you did. You got some armor. There was some helmets. There was a whole bunch of kit. I'll quickly go through everything for you, just in case anyone has written it down.
Would you?
Well, one of the questions that I've been asked was, how does the encumbrance work? So very much similar to the other Year Zero engine games. You've got your strength value, which is the number of items you can carry or number of lines that you've got access to. That works for your carried items, so the things that would be in your packs or your bags. The things that that Twilight 2000 does a little bit differently is that you also get the combat gear amount, which is half your strength. So if you've got 8, then obviously you can get 4 items, and that's assuming that you've got things in combat webbing, things on slings, so rifles, that kind of stuff, and things are in pockets, which are easy to get at, which is kind of like a free action just to get at. The rest of the stuff that you carry, which would be like the rest of the 3D games, would be in your packs or rucksacks or whatever you want to kind of do, and that's your strength value. And then there's tiny items as well, which is sort of like mementos, lockets, rings, which you don't have to really account for, but you just need to make a note to say you've got it. The encumbrance works exactly the same as others, where a normal item will take up 1 line on your sheet, a small item takes up 2, and a heavy item takes up a couple of lines on your sheet. Then there are bigger things which take up more, but that's pretty much what you're going to have.
So, for example,
I carry them.
2 Russian.
Oh,
Sorry?
Go on.
Yeah.
So I was going to ask about, for example, I got 2 Russian frag grenades.
Yes.
So I put it on one of the lines in my equipment, but could that go into my fatigues, maybe?
Yes, you can hook it onto your fatigues. That's fine.
For example,
and that would be part of your combat gear, for all intents and purposes.
Okay, so I will basically lose one of these carry limits if I put them on my fatigues.
Yeah. So let me just get into the gear section for you.
Yeah, because the previous carry limit was your
strength.
Your strength
rating.
Die rating.
Yeah.
So if you had a D8, it would be 8, etc.
Okay.
I'm not sure if that's been changed though.
No, so that stays the same in regards to the gear that you carry in your bags, and so that's pretty much the same. But what it does is it gives you half your strength in gear that you can access pretty quickly without having to put onto that pack. So in reality, there should be another tab or something, which we haven't got on our character sheets, but that will appear on the character sheet for combat gear.
And that's the stuff that's that's the stuff that's in like combat webbing and stuff.
Yeah, combat webbing that's in pockets, that's kind of attached to sort of like a tactical vest, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
Obviously, in reality, you could probably carry more, but obviously because of the way the system works, it's just obviously to have that. So a fragmentation grenade will have. You'll have to bear it's running very slow. It has a weight of a quarter. So 4 items per line. So if you had a strength of 8, you've got 4 items in your combat load. The combat load means that it will take up 1 line for 4 grenades, or half for 2 grenades. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Say it just one more time, please.
Sure.
from the top.
Damn you, Adam!
I'm sorry. I'm very slow.
Effectively, don't worry about it too much. We'll help you manage your inventory on the character on the Google Sheets character sheet. Basically, if you look at your character sheet, Viv's character sheet, you can hold 12 items, right? You're not playing a soldier, so you don't have combat webbing, so you don't get extra squirrel some extra bits into various things. Some things are like half weight. For example, your cheese wire cutter and your 10 shells are on a single line because they're both light. And your shotgun gets its own line because it's normal weight. And if you pick up anything heavy, it would take up 2, maybe more lines. And that's it in that show.
Two lines in the equipment field. Yeah. 2 lines in the weapons field.
2 lines in the equipment. 2 lines in the equipment field. Every weapon
that's
you've
fine,
got also gets so every weapon you get also gets at least 1 line in the equipment bit as well, because you're carrying it. So the equipment thing is literally just to keep track of your encumbrance.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
That's probably the simplest way of doing it. In reality, as soon as you've got it in your hands, it comes out of your encumbrance and goes into your combat load, but it doesn't make any difference for the needs of this. It makes no sense. And we don't have to worry. For those who didn't know what we had, I'll just quickly go through them with you again. There was a PM Makarov Russian pistol with 3 reloads, an RPK light machine gun, which had 2 reloads, which I think
Leo took,
I think. Yep. Viv? I can't remember who took it.
I think it was Viv.
Nobody's written it down, so if Viv took it then.
The RPG?
Not the RPG.
That rings a bell.
Not the RPG. The RPK,
Makarov,
which is a light machine gun.
I see. Me. Yes, that does ring a bell.
There was also, Charlotte can have her eyes go wide here. There was also a disposable rocket launcher that was part of that, which I think Viv was like, "Yes, please, can I have it?" And there was some raised eyebrows by everyone else.
Yeah, it wasn't a popular notion.
No, yeah. There was also a separate 2 reloads for the RPK. So another 2 further clips.
So who's taking the RPK? Viv's taking it.
I am, if that's okay.
That's fine.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want it.
You're the strongest too, so.
Yeah.
There was also 2 grenades, both fragmentation grenades.
I took them.
There was a basic toolkit.
Not me.
For the car. There was a set of binoculars.
I've got binoculars. I'm not sure if they're the one. If I'm the one who took them.
There was also 10 liters of fuel in a jerry can. I think you would leave that behind.
And we also had the sniper rifle. I don't know who kept it. I would like to keep that if possible.
Yep, that was the Mosin Nagant.
It's a Mosin, nice.
Spotty loves their guns.
Who's got the Makarov?
I took the Makarov.
And I think
Okay.
the captain also took the other one because his other pistol was damaged when he was shot.
Leo has a Makarov. Is that the one you started with?
I have one, and then we got another one from the Russian. I think that.
Oh yes, there was one from the other guy. Yeah,
it was one from the Russian that
Yep.
Dom took it, and I took the one in the car. I think.
Yep.
Yeah, I've just copied the Makarov stats into your sheet as well, just to make it easier.
So there was also a personal med kit which you gave to Angel. There was also 6 rations of food, which are MREs, which are Soviet meal ready to eats.
I took 3 of them.
Yep.
Or did I take all of them? I may have taken all of them.
Maybe.
Can I?
There was also.
Can I have at least one? I gave away
take 3 then.
half of my one remaining can
So
to that family.
I'll add it on your sheet here. Plus 3
Thanks.
Soviet MREs. They're on the same line as your food because it's anyway. Yeah, like that.
I see it. Thank you.
There was also 1 ration of clean water, which was a plastic bottle of water, which I'm not sure. I think you gave to Angel. I think. I want to say.
Or maybe I took. I don't know. I have 2 units.
Angel doesn't have any water, so she can have it. I've got 1.
Yeah.
I mean, water's going to be an issue very soon. I have a feeling. Viv doesn't have any water either. It looks like so. Yeah, we're gonna need to find some water.
So that was the gear.
Gasping.
Was there not also a vehicle?
There was indeed.
Yes.
There was a UAZ, which you had a quick look over, and everyone realized that there was some damage to the suspension, and everyone was kind of going, "Can anyone fix this?" And everyone went, "Not really." You'll probably need. I mean, you would be able to fix it because you've got the basic vehicle toolkit. It's in the back of the vehicle, but you would probably need spare parts, and someone would need to have the tech skill with the speciality for fixing vehicles.
All right.
Okay. Which we
And a
don't
shift's
have.
worth of your time.
I don't have anything in tech actually, so.
Yeah, you look at it and go, meh.
Yeah.
So one of the other things I wanted to discuss, because I've had a few people ask me this in some of the chats, was experience and how that works. So I've been very handily recording all the experience that you guys have been having. And so the experience itself, as it stands with work in progress rules, let me just get them up for you. So you learn as you go, and so you get XP from things you do. So similar to the other 3D games, did you participate in the game session? You get an XP for just being there. Woohoo!
Do we get Do we get that backdated to each session?
It is backdated, indeed.
Okay.
Did you travel through a new hex during the course of the session? Did you follow your moral code? So on your character sheets, you should have a moral code each.
I did. I think. I gave food that I could ill afford to give away to that family.
That's true.
Might makes right ain't enough anymore. My moral code.
Yep. So it's just pretty much about explaining what you've done and did you do it. The same thing goes for have you made any kind of gains towards your big dream?
Well,
Mine's worded in a way that I could probably say that every single session I don't die. My big dream is to live long enough to find a city in the safe zone.
And mine is keep your humanity and get to see home again. So I guess as you know, we keep on moving towards Spain. So
the caveat between for the moral code and your big dream is: did you do something significant to risk yourself or your group for that? So it's about helping each other as a group. And did you sacrifice something significant to realize your big dream? So that's the things you need to answer.
Okay.
So have a think about those. And then did you overcome one or more dangerous events during the course of the session. So you wouldn't get like 1 XP for every single attack or every single combat. It just did you have, or did you? It doesn't have to actually be combat. It's did you overcome it? So it could have been.
So we've had two. We had the
two
we had the starting.
Could be 2 XP.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
2 XP extra.
And then importantly, you've all got a buddy. Did you risk your life for the PC or the buddy? So. And it's got to be putting yourself in harm's way to.
Yes, I think it has to be specifically to protect that person, not just to protect the group.
No.
Yeah, so
usually.
I would say no in my case.
So that way, it just kind of gives you an idea. So if you can answer those questions, I'm going to be vaguely generous with you. And so I'll just quickly ask each of you, in regards to your buddies, your moral code, and your big dream. And I will start with Angel.
Is this for last episode or for
this is the previous 3 sessions. Obviously, I realized you weren't here last time, but have you basically done anything to decide who lives and who dies as your moral code?
Kind of, yeah. On the last one, at least, with keeping what's his nuts alive.
Captain What's His Nuts. That's it.
Our captain. What's his name?
And,
what's his face?
Did you sacrifice anything to your big dream, which was to start some kind of commune among the ghosts? So probably not.
Nothing yet.
No. Okay. So Angel, you will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
So 6 XP for you.
Cool.
Dom.
Nothing for mine. Viv is my buddy. I didn't really put myself in harm's way for her. My moral code is I'm smarter than any adult. There could have been an argument for that, but I can't think of any specific examples on the top of my head, so I'll just say no. And my big dream, to live long enough to find a city in the safe zone. Again, it's pretty vague. Maybe I can make an argument for it, but I wouldn't say I put myself in harm's way for that. So I would just say 6 for me as a base.
So I've already done some previous XP as well, so that gives you a total of 7 XP.
Oh, right. Okay, because Charlotte wasn't here last session, right?
Yeah.
Right, okay. So 7's the base.
That's 7, yeah.
All right.
So Leo.
So yeah, I didn't protect, I think, Angel. I mean, I was always on point most of the time. Regarding my moral code, which is make the world a safer place to save your soul, I don't think I did anything special on this sense. I mean, I was killing Russians and protecting the I don't think that's anything special, honestly. No, didn't sacrifice anything.
And your big dream?
Yeah, my big dream, keep your humanity and get to see home again. I didn't sacrifice myself or try to save somebody, to whilst, trying to
for those kind of ones, I think that maybe like every 5 sessions it might be worth having 1 point for that, because you are making small kind of things. I don't think every session would be something you'd get, but maybe every 5 sessions or whatever.
I think it needs to be a pretty significant narrative event, honestly, for those specific 3 things. And again, we can readdress in any year 0 game. You can readdress those between sessions as well if you want to like tighten them up or change them a little bit as your character grows. So if we want to tighten them up a bit, we can do that. But yeah.
I mean, I see Leo as a pretty straight guy that is not a murderer. I mean, he's not gonna kill Russians just because. I mean, unless they're shooting at him. So I think he will try to be decent and save people and maybe help people on the way. So that's how I would see. I may trying to save myself, but also not harming other people while doing so. And I don't think I did anything like that.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Okay, and then Viv.
So that would be 7 for me too, I guess.
Yeah,
genuine question. I've got the ghost of a memory, but I might be confusing it with another game. Dom, did I risk my life for you at any point? Do you remember anything?
I think you kind of rushed off after him, but I don't think you actually risked your life for him.
Yeah, nothing springs to mind like a very significant event.
That's fine. There's still time.
Oh yeah.
Moral code. I've already made the argument that is a yes.
Yeah. Okay.
My big dream. see my daughter again, maybe even make amends. I mean, yeah, it's mine's probably the polar opposite of Matt's. That's very specific, and like, I don't really know how I'm supposed to work towards it week to week.
Well,
again, it's one of these vague ones, right? Where we need to stay alive to see our dream. I think this is where we might need to rethink about like how we've worded these, maybe.
They can change, and I can explain that as well. So you can actually change your moral code after a session in which you betrayed your moral code. You may scrap your moral code and obviously write a new one. Again, with your new dream, after any session, you may change your big dream and replace it with a new one if you think it's not something that your character is actively working towards. And then as far as the buddy, if you basically fall out with your mate, you can always pick a different buddy. So that kind of gives you the XP. So it's 6 for Angel, 7 for Dom and Leo, and 8 for Viv. Then the important stuff: how do you spend your XP? So pretty much, if you want to learn a new skill, it's going to cost you 5 XP. But you do need a teacher. So if you want to learn something amongst yourselves, you could do. And what you need to do is spend a shift a day learning it. The teacher makes a manipulation roll. If they fail, you learn nothing this shift. You get to keep your XP, but the teacher has to try again another shift. So the teacher's the one who actually has to make the roll, trying to teach you how to do it.
And what about practice? Is there, you cannot, for example, for shooting, you could just practice.
It would be all part of the kind of working. So if you wanted to say up your experience for your skill level for, say, your ranged weapons, then yeah, obviously it's just taking into effect that during the course of the time that you're wandering around and doing things, you're practicing your skills, because you're every single day you have to kind of shoot or you have to like practice. So it's that kind of, that's what's kind of taken into the whole thing.
So let's do a practical example very quickly then for skills. I don't have anything in ranged combat. I've got a crossbow which I've been shooting and stuff. If I wanted to bump that up to a D, which is to get it from nothing to the next one up,
it's 5 XP.
It would be 5 XP, and I would just need one of the, like Leo has a B, like that's his main skill. So I'd imagine I'd be getting tips from Leo.
Yeah. So you're getting tips from him, and then during that shift, you basically kind of like show him how best to stand, but it's also about how you enter a room, how you do
your corner
combat. Exactly like that. Yeah.
We've played.
Can you say
Tony and I played Arma 3 together.
Makes
Sorry?
Can you say again what role the teacher makes per shift?
So the teacher makes a manipulation roll.
I got you.
So you might
do you have a manipulation, Leo?
No.
Nothing. I'm just thinking. I have some in ranged combat, and I've also got a D in manipulation. Does that put me a little closer to being Dom's teacher? More practical? Yes, no.
Yeah, it would be more practical. Dom would end up learning how to, not necessarily how to do anything the traditionally military way.
No, certainly. Taking a sideways approach.
But the sideways approach, the Viv way, that would be something that you'd be able
shooting
to
the Makarov on the side, like the gangster. The gangster, Dom. This is the way to do it, man.
This is how you do it if you're a hard man.
So yeah, that kind of is how that would work. And then if you wanted to go from a D to a C, it'll cost you 10. To go from C to a B costs you 15, and go from a B to an A costs you 20. So obviously it gets more expensive as you go. So yeah, that's what you would do. So,
does anybody have anything in driving?
I do.
Do you think as vehicles have entered the game? Got a D. Okay. I wouldn't mind maybe learning to drive now that some vehicles are in our orbit.
So because I'm being a particularly generous GM, you know how it is, I'm not going to make you roll for manipulation. So if you've got a skill that someone wants to, over the course of like the last, 3 sessions, and to kind of move things along, if someone's got another skill and they want to teach them, you can do. You just spend your XP. and we'll assume that you've, over the course of the last 3 or 4 days, have obviously taught each other how to do things. Just to kind of, rather than have all the rolling and everything else like that.
What else can we use it for?
So the other things you can spend your XP on is pretty much that.
No attributes, no specialties.
No attributes go up. So specialities you can. The specialities cost 10 XP, and again you have to have someone who will teach you to do it.
Yeah. I think I might going to save up for ranged combat to get a point in that, or that's definitely what I'm going to be doing. Not saving up, but I'll be doing that.
And so there's one of the things that you would do every time that you make a coolness under fire roll, a session. You get a chance to increase your coolness under fire. So obviously you've been in combat. So if that's the case, then you get a chance to increase it. And the way you do that is you roll your base dice for coolness under fire.
Okay.
And if you get a 1, your coolness under fire is increased.
Without spending XP?
Without expending XP.
Ooh, fancy.
So the downside to this is that if you get a 1 on your base dice and you pass, you have to then roll the base dice for your empathy. If you get a 6, your empathy goes down by 1. It'll only go down to the
Let's do that one at a time.
Okay, you go down.
Music, okay.
Not me.
Sorry. Please don't use the chat in Zoom, everyone. Just crashed our video. Hold on a second.
Oops.
Oh, Discord.
Hold on.
Matt, I can teach you how to avoid that.
Yeah, just don't use it, please. We got Discord running because I've lost all of our video feeds now. Hold on.
Disaster. Yes, all is black.
No. Right. Okay. I'm gonna back one at a time.
At least we can see Matt. That's something.
I'm gonna.
And a dragon. Why is there a dragon there?
Tabletop audio.
Yeah. Exactly. It puts like an thingy. What do you call it?
Anyhow, we can roll
an image. There, we're back. We're back. Everyone's back.
Hey.
My fault. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm not taking blame for that one.
Well, you're partially to blame.
I'm the cause.
You're the catalyst.
Fault, but I'm the cause.
You're the catalyst. Sorry, everyone. I fucked up our video feeds. We're back though. So. Right. So one of the quick things before we go on with XP and spending XP and stuff. One thing we didn't talk about as a group before we started this session was there was talk about having 2.5-hour sessions. I don't know if everyone's able to do that. Putting you on the spot right now.
I cannot.
Adam,
no problem.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So we can all. So okay.
Starting tonight.
Starting right now. So can you go for another 2 hours from now?
Mm-hmm.
We could take a break.
Okay.
We could take a break like in an hour or so. If we need to like a quick 5-minute.
It's fine. I'm happy to go straight.
Well, yeah, we could still do a break though. But yeah. Okay, but everyone can go longer. So we're gonna do a 2.5-hour session today then.
Woohoo!
Cool.
Premiere.
Right. Just in case people are worried that we've gone a half an hour without actually just doing like XP recaps and stuff. It is important for people to know because the rules aren't out like how this works. So yeah. Okay.
So just very briefly, I'll leave you to kind of up your skills and stuff. I trust you all to do that. So the only thing you'll need to do is that you'll need to make a coolness under fire roll if you've been all into combat and you actually made a coolness under fire roll. So now I think definitely Dom has.
Did I?
No, not Dom. Sorry,
Leo did. I think
Leo did
at the beginning,
and
first session.
I think Viv did as well.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I don't think the other two have. So if you could both make a roll for me with your base dice for coolness under fire.
Who goes first? I go?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, you go first.
What's the base?
It's whatever's on your. So your coolness under fire rating is D8. So you roll a D8.
Yeah, and I roll a 7. So
it doesn't go up for you.
No.
Oh,
And I use
it's an
5
8.
XP for Recon.
So you need a 1, basically. So that's fine. So your coolness under fire doesn't go up. Obviously, the higher your coolness under fire is, the less likely you are to learn more about, staying cool under fire. And I think that, so basically what happens is if it does go up, you're more desensitized, I think as John and the thing said. So yes, that's fine. That's that. So just people wanted to know what it was, and I had quite a few questions asked about that. So that is all. So admin done.
Okay. Can you just remind me how much it is to do the skills again?
Yeah. So it's to go from to get a brand new one, it's 5 XP, and then it goes up 10, 15, 20. So
okay,
go from
5 times
D to
the new
C
level,
is,
basically.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right.
To go to the.
And you,
Excuse me.
so they do it in one increment at a time.
Can I just check I've done this right here?
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm using 5 of my 8 XP.
Mm-hmm.
We're retroactively writing in that we spent some time, me and Leo, in the Safeway car park, learning how to drive. And I'm going up from a nothing to a D rating in driving.
Yeah, that's fine.
Great.
Yep.
Not a problem.
All right.
What an afternoon that was, Leo.
So much fun.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to shit yourself.
Oh, there's Viv.
Yes, she has arrived. She has arrived. She's working through me.
Whoa, hold up. So you had the ability to teach him how to drive in a vehicle that runs. You were fucking walking.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing. Hold on a second.
He's really good.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. We haven't had a chance to stop to practice to drive at all. Adam.
Maybe not driving. Yeah, I'm agreeing with that. Maybe not to drive, I'm afraid. But if you get yourself hold of a vehicle, then that's fine. Sorry.
Take it away!
What he takes with one hand, he gets with another.
What might be useful, and which you have used a lot of, is mobility.
Yes.
Every time you're trying to run in combat, I think he tripped at you at one point in the last combat because you made a mobility roll, or you didn't trip, but you failed. You failed at least once, I think, maybe even twice. So maybe
I think that's a really good idea.
Maybe doing some physical education sort of drills. What are they called? Where you sprinting on the spot to a a line
some burpees.
10 meters away, or burpees.
I can't seem to take the D out of the driving.
You just have to hit the delete, I think. Yeah, just
it's
hit
not it's not giving me.
I got it.
Okay.
I got it. Yeah.
Maybe it's just a limitation of the phone.
Could be. Yep. All good though.
Who will teach me who's got mobility?
I'm really good at mobility, and
Okay.
it's my best skill, and I'd be quite happy to teach you.
We discovered a jungle gym along the way. And what an afternoon we passed.
Yeah, so Fenhorn just made a suggestion in chat as well, which is to hold on to the XP and you could increase your driving in game at some point, like if we do find a car, if you want to try that instead, so you'll have the XP there.
All right, why don't I hold fire on it for a moment?
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, I'll delete it then for now, and you can make a decision later.
Yeah,
I'll delete it. Yeah,
because I apparently don't have the capability.
All right, there we go. So you've still got your full 8 XP.
Okay.
All right.
And I went recon. I just increased recon 1 level.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
All right. So.
On with the game.
It's all part of the game, isn't it? But yeah.
Yeah. So you've all spent the latter part of the afternoon around the UAZ, stripping it of everything you can possibly get. I did forget to mention there are 2 helmets, 2 Russian steel helmets, and 2 Russian flak vests, which I think one was going to be given to Angel. I think.
Well,
And
I'm
one was
wearing
given to Dom.
I'm wearing both a steel helmet and a flat jacket.
Okay.
So I don't know how that's worked.
So someone's stolen my
Share
words.
the kid. You need to.
I've just
you need
nicked
to
him.
be alive.
Yeah.
I think
this
I
looks
think one of
cool.
the questions was, should we have the let the medic have it?
I'm happy
He's
to
out.
give it to somebody else. Definitely. I want the helmet.
Well,
The helmet is probably pretty cool.
I have one of the helmets, but then that also goes into my over encumbrance for equipment.
No.
Which
No,
is,
helmet doesn't count. So if you're wearing it, it doesn't count as encumbrance.
okay.
So armor and helmets and stuff don't count if you're wearing it.
All right, so then that should just be put up into the armor section and deleted off the
Yes.
equipment.
Yeah. Correct.
So
Okay.
so
'Cause what was being said earlier was a little bit confusing, but now that made a bit more better logical sense. Because yeah.
so who's taking? So Angel's taking both of those, one of each. Yeah.
Yes, I probably should.
And how many steel helmets were there? Yeah.
There were 2 steel helmets.
I
and
have
2
one,
fighters.
but I can give it to you. I probably could give it to you. You
Should
are-
we do paper, scissors, rock?
No. You're younger. We need to keep you
I need.
alive.
Yeah.
Take it.
I'm a kid. I'm a kid. Come on.
You are our future.
Yes.
I am. I'm not going to argue with that.
Oh dear. So things we learned last session was that if you could go to the large map.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I will just place a pin. To here. If everyone can follow that, you'll see where I'm pointing,
Yep. I'm there already.
which is where the abandoned UAZ is, which I have handily marked on your map.
Mm-hmm.
You learned from the people in the house that Apoc now, which is the town in the direction that you're kind of heading,
Mm-hmm.
was controlled by a marauder band of ex-Polish soldiers and some old police officers. And they were kind of running the actual town. And they said they were based out of a large church called St. Bartholomew's.
Mm-hmm.
They were pretty much ruling the area with an iron fist. And you were kind of heading in that general direction. You kind of gave directions to the nearest NATO force line, which is where the refugees headed off to, which was sort of like a southwesterly direction. But you were actually going west, which is the direction that you were going to go. You also know that to the south is the city of Kielce, which was nuked at some point a couple of years ago.
Okay.
So yeah, that's where you are. You probably aren't going to go anywhere other than maybe a little bit. Well, depends where you want to go. The UAZ is, for all intents and purposes, some kind of cover, and you've also got the abandoned buildings, which you could potentially use to spend the night in.
What time of day is it right now?
Yeah.
So this is sort of afternoon, so it's the afternoon shift.
How are we doing for like health?
I
Hey,
think nobody got
capacity.
shot, no?
No one got shot.
So we're all full. Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean,
I would argue
shelter
that
is probably not a bad idea, but rather than getting, unless we want to, if the thing is, we could take the car, we could drive at night and maybe do it like that. It's a bit dangerous, like with the lights off. Depends on
the
like
car-
what the weather's
The car
like.
doesn't work.
Oh right, sorry, yeah, I forgot about that completely.
The car
We
suspension is
needed
broken.
right. We needed parts for it. Yep.
But there is, when you turn it over, there is actually there is sort of like a quarter of a tank of petrol in there.
Yeah, that's gonna be like a full inventory or 2 slots, right? Probably.
Yeah, for the
I mean,
petrol.
I've got space.
I've got some space. I can carry it.
Honestly, because there's also a toolkit. What I would probably recommend is we cut some branches and because it's already inside the forest, right? The crash kind of inside of
It
this
is, yeah.
little foresty. So I would say let's cut some branches and kind of cover it as much as we can, and maybe nobody will find it. This is the middle of nowhere. We just found it by chance, and then leave everything here and trying to move, not tonight, but maybe tomorrow morning to a pot now. And because that's where also the captain wanted to go, right? So
Yes, he was looking to kind of go in that direction.
Yeah.
I think we should make our way into the woods for the night. We've been having a lot of gunfire around here. It's sure to draw some attention. So staying in the building where we were shot at is not a good plan. And staying near the vehicle, we're even trying to cover it up where these guys' asshole friends probably know where they are. So getting into the forest where we have cover, where we have shelter, before we move anywhere else is probably our best choice.
I agree on the forest thing, but I would still cover the car and leave it here and leave the gas and the toolkit. I mean,
we could take a toolkit with us. It might come in handy.
it's heavy now.
But yeah, is it? I don't know.
Yeah, it's a heavy item.
So it takes up 2. Yeah, but Viv's got plenty of room, and Viv can just leave it behind.
That's true.
Viv has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 open slots. So
That's fine.
Welcome to being the mule.
cool. So we're gonna camp in the woods, yeah?
Yep, that's fine. You don't go much out of the actual, unless you particularly wanted to go to a separate hex.
I would say let's move to a separate hex.
Okay. That's not a problem. So if you're going to travel to the next hex, that's fine.
Here maybe, no?
Someone may want to make a recon roll, just to kind of
I'll do that.
make sure there's no one in the way.
I've got a C, a recon of C and an intelligence of D10 of B, so let me do that. So try to remember how this works. I just do the 2 different D8s, right? So D10 and D8.
Yep.
Oops.
1 success. That's good enough.
That's good enough. Yep. So you just keep an eye out as you march into the next hex.
This one? Yeah.
That way.
Yep.
Okay. Yes. You march for the rest of the shift. As it starts to get dark, you kind of slow down. You kind of make your way around a very large open area, which you avoid, keeping to the tree line, and stop just before it starts to get dark. Okay. So someone needs to make camp.
What's the skill for that? Survival.
Survival.
So survival.
So again, I've got a B and a C for that.
I have a C and a D.
Yeah, so
I mean, anyhow,
I
have some
nothing in survival.
I'll do it then.
B and a D.
I'll be really eager as well. Like, yeah. Look, I learned all about this in Scouts or whatever, whatever the Polish equivalent is. Yeah, no problem.
If you want to make your camp hard to spot, you can make a recon roll after you've made your survival roll, and that's basically used as an opposed roll against enemy passing by, or you just want to think, I'll just make a standard.
And I will help them if I can, picking up branches and
so that
maybe stones to set up the fire and things like this. I don't know if that helps.
That bump my lower die up a bit, up 1.
Exactly. No?
Yeah, you can do. Yeah.
Okay.
While they're doing that, can I go see if I can find any kind of sources of water in the area?
You can indeed.
That's a good idea.
So
I got a success on making camp.
Excellent. So that's not a problem. If you make a recon roll and then let us know how many successes. So you're gonna look for some
3 successes on recon.
Wow.
it's well and truly hidden. He's got a hidden talent.
Even I can't find it when I get back.
Oh my God, where's it gone?
Look, guys, look. Haven't I done a good job? Look, I mean, stand just over here, right over here by that tree over there. Stand over there, turn around, and then just turn to face the camp. Can you see it?
No.
Whoa, pretty cool, huh? What do you think? What do you think? Yeah?
Well
Not
done,
bad, huh?
Dominic.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Thanks.
The captain claps you on the back of your shoulders and
Oh,
says,
good
"Well
lad."
done."
Yeah, no problem. No problem, it's just, just what we learn, growing up in the countryside. Not that I grew up in the countryside, right? But,
Angel, could you make a foraging roll for me, please? So it's a survival roll.
Okay, so that was
with-
my intelligence and survival.
Yep. And then you don't get any modifiers. It's fine.
1 success.
Ooh. Yep. So you actually find a small stream, which you can fill up your canteen as much as you want.
Cool.
Which will give you
could we
4.
say in hindsight that we would have given her all of our canteens if she was going to go look for
Sure.
Yeah.
water?
I would have
Yeah.
have taken some for everyone.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. You could do that. So everyone can get 4 units of water.
Yay.
How many units can you have in a canteen, actually?
So I just think probably, in theory, it's supposed to be like so many liters a day for people, but just for simplicity's sake, you need to take 1 unit of water a day to survive. So
Am I putting that in equipment?
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
Should
no,
ever-
I'm saying this because I have a canteen of water, but I have 2 units on it.
okay.
So,
So
I don't know.
you'd fill it up to another 2, so it would be full.
4, okay.
Yeah. So just to make it nice and simple.
Yeah, that's... Thank you.
Cool. We need a drink for the day as well, so maybe we would have drunk our ration if we had them, and then given it back to
That makes
Angel.
sense.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
So there's one other thing I'd like you to do, Charlotte.
No.
If you could roll me 2d6.
Just step on a mine.
Oh,
I think as a GM, you would normally need to telegraph that a little bit more.
Really?
That's fine.
Okay, so I'm not sure how that worked, but I don't know. 2d6
No, that's right.
were rolled.
That's 2 successes. The 2 successes. That's great.
2 6s.
Um,
That's good. That's a
So yes, it turns out that the water you have got is not radiated and it's probably not poisoned.
that's a relief.
good time. Good time to roll 2 6s.
Yeah.
Yeah. No
Don't
cholera
ask
for
for
us.
anything else.
Yeah. So yeah, you
We
can
all
add some
remark to
very-
each other how exceptionally clean this water tastes.
It was close to a spring when you found it, so
I can't taste a hint of radiation.
Just like the old days.
much to everyone's like displeasure. Apparently, Fenwell doesn't like that.
We have a Geiger counter. Didn't we get one?
Hey,
Someone has a Geiger counter, but no batteries.
Yeah, that's what I thought, right?
Yeah, but there's no batteries.
Did we?
Ah, okay.
I don't.
I think there was one.
Kind of
In fact, I think Leo found it in the guy who got shot in the face.
I think so, but that's what I thought, right?
Well,
But I
add
don't
it.
know who took it.
Add it. You took it then. You're the one who remembered it. You've got it. You're like, oh yeah, I've got this Geiger counter.
I hate it
Fun
when players
fact,
remember
I
stuff.
used to use a Geiger counter for work.
Ah,
Fun times.
Mm.
yeah, so you kind of sit down and you've made your camp. It gets really dark. If you've got any food, you can eat that.
No,
Any-
no food.
I've got. Well, we've got Soviet MREs and stuff. I've got
How?
I've got a tin of mystery meat still. I'll eat that. Oh, it's candy, actually. I said 1 ration of candy. So
You've got some candy bars to eat.
yeah.
Well, like every growing young teenager, candy bars is exactly what you need to eat.
Yeah, we'll ask one of you. Share, maybe?
Please.
I shared 2 rations today.
So yes, share out your rations and delete them as appropriate.
I'll give
Don't forget,
one to Leo.
I think the captain has some rations.
Thank you, Dom. I appreciate that.
Oh well, why don't we use his? He's got 2 units, but he can have one and keep the other.
Okay, the captain has no rations either, so someone's gonna have to feed him.
It says 2 units of food on his character sheet. Yeah, but last thing on his equipment.
Sorry, I'm looking
2
at the
units
wrong
of
one.
food, yeah.
You're right.
Captain
Sorry.
You're looking at Maria Hernandez.
Yeah, that's who I was looking at. Yeah. So
no.
he'll share out his food if anyone wants any.
But I share with Dom, so.
And he should have 4 units of food as well then. Water, I mean.
Water,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm just changing that.
Okay, so he's sharing with Leo.
Yeah, he'll share.
What about
with Leo.
Angel? How many units of food does Angel have?
I got 2, I think.
I mean, if people have their own food, people just eat their own food, and then we'll share stuff when it gets a bit lower, I think, rather than
yeah,
make
that
it
makes
more
sense.
complicated.
That makes sense. So he's going to have his own, leaving him 1 unit of food.
But I don't have food.
Someone's going to have to share with Leo.
Oh, then I'll share with you.
There
There you go. You can have a Soviet MRE. So you're the one testing if it tastes any good.
Eat this.
Not bad.
All right. Tastes like cabbage. I don't know what I'm. Having never eaten the Russian MRE, I don't know what it tastes like.
Would I be able to take this opportunity to do a little story building?
You can if you wish.
If I pitch something, you can just tell me if I am running a mile with your kindly proffered inch. if I could maybe be sitting down and taking something out of my coat, a folded photograph of my daughter, something that I received I'm estranged from my daughter. I received this photo in an envelope on the inside before the outbreak of all this, when I was existing in a Polish prison. A picture of her, a few years old, obviously, and on the back in pencil, I want to say an address perhaps in Krakow, or am I going too far?
No. Carry on.
So, God knows if the premises is even still standing now, but it's all I've got at the moment.
So I could take the photo, look at it, looking at how this daughter of yours looks like, and I could ask you, what's her name?
Melody. Thankfully, she took after her dad. I turned my scarred face towards you and split it in a really sad grin.
Well, I can imagine. It's always hard to be away from family. I have 2 other siblings, and I miss them very much, almost every day. Do you know where Melody could be now? Do you have any news? Or after Krakow? Because I think Krakow was under a nuclear bomb, no? Was it
nuclear?
I don't know. It was bomb, I guess. I don't know.
It was. It was bombed.
What?
You didn't know?
Oh shit!
Babe, you didn't know
I looked
that.
at it on the map.
No, but I'm telling you in reality. I'm role-playing with
the newspapers in the Nick aren't the best. The supply of news in the Nick is not the best.
Can imagine. I thought you knew this.
Viv is very perturbed to hear this. She's going to lapse into silence. She tries to change the subject. When was the last time you saw your brothers, your sisters?
Since I enrolled.
Sorry?
2 years ago. since I enrolled to this to the training to come to this war. I miss them very much. I don't know if I
Are
will see
they-
them.
Are they safe? Do you know?
But I hope so. Spain was not touched by this war. You know, I'm actually the youngest one. Gabriel, it's my big brother. Veronica is the middle one. But yeah, since before the event, I have no news. I have no idea. That's why I want to go back. I really want to know what's going on. Or a radio. A radio would be nice if we could get one. But yeah.
Sometimes you can't go back.
Can
And
you
then I
get
lapse into silence.
Can you get a radio that'll call Spain? That won't work, will it?
You can try on the AM, like the
What, like
frequency.
the radio, like the music, like the really shit radio thing.
Yeah, exactly. Something like that. I mean, that's how it
All
used
the
to
way
be.
all the way to Spain, from here.
I hope so. I really hope so. Where is your family? I mean, I think you told us something, though.
It's getting late, isn't it? I'm gonna turn in.
Okay. Is anyone going to stay up and stay on watch?
That was a direct answer to your question, by the way, Tony.
No, I know.
Okay.
You know, Bip, I wish we had some vodka or anything, really, just to drink and to cheer on the memory and hopefully the good health of our family.
Well, you're in luck there, Sunshine. And I mime holding up a bottle. It's like the finest Russia has to offer. Here, hold out your glass.
I take out my metallic cup and I like.
And we
Yeah.
just do a little pantomime.
And I
Cheers.
You feel a little tug on your sleeve, and I'm holding my empty plastic water bottle and say, well, I don't say anything. Just have a cheeky smile on my face.
Don't
And,
tell the captain.
While they're doing that, I'll say, well, I guess it's up to you three to figure out who's taking first watch. I'm going to sleep.
Oh, Angel. Come join us. Don't be like this.
Why
Don't be shy. Come on. You want to drink with us?
We should be saving
must
that
have been a
for
big hit at
disinfecting
parties.
wounds for the next time I have to heal your sorry asses.
Better in the belly.
Hey, Viv. Why should I say anything to the captain? I'm trying to make my voice squeak, but it's not working. All right. So who's taking first watch? Actually, that's a good question.
I will take it. It's fine.
Fine. One of you only really needs to stay out for watch.
Hello?
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yep.
We can hear you. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, only one of you needs
Hello?
to stay out for watch. It's not a problem.
Can you hear me?
Oh,
He can't hear us. We can hear you.
Adam, can you hear us?
Boy.
We should start
More
taking
trouble.
screenshots of his screens when he goes and make a bit of a montage at the end of this game.
So
that's fine.
yeah. Anyway, yeah. Okay. Our
Leo,
video
do me a
feeds
favor and
just
just.
crashed a little bit.
Oh, okay.
It's what it is. Just keep going. He's gonna
no
come
problem.
back on, and then we'll come back.
Well,
I don't know,
just
Can
hop
you
back in
remind
the
me
session.
for the watch?
If you just want to make a recon roll for me.
Watch. Thank God I put some points in there.
Hello,
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
D8, D6.
Yes.
Okay. So
Can you hear
that's
us, Adam?
intelligence and recon.
Adam, can you hear us? Hello, Adam.
So I'm rolling my intelligence, which is D8, and my recon, which is D6. Okay.
Yep.
Just also for 0 successes.
Cool.
Awesome.
Thank you very much.
I guess the vodka was a bit too much.
Hello.
Yeah.
We can hear you, Adam. Can you hear us? Oh boy. We have lost Adam.
Oh dear.
Call the roomie.
Hello. I don't know if you can hear me. I'm not getting any video in the audio.
They've drank too much and passed out.
Oh boy.
It looks that way.
Maybe he can connect only with boys.
Let's
We'll give him a minute or two to come back online, and then we'll figure it out.
Sorry, folks.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay.
Was it just me then?
Yeah, it was just you. We can hear you.
Sorry.
All good. You're back. That's the main thing.
No problem.
Becoming a bit of a habit. It's quite big, quite good internet here, but I don't know. The last couple of sessions, no. Sorry about that.
All good.
That's cool. So the evening passes uneventfully, and you'll wake up to your surprise, having not been bothered during the night.
I'm sleeping on a tree, like with my gun. Oh, just relax there, snoring pretty loudly.
Nice watch there, Leo.
Yeah, and some credit to Dom
Excuse
for
me?
making our nicely hidden camp.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, mierda, buenos días, perdón.
The captain just shakes his head and says, "It's fine. We've had a very eventful day the day before."
We did. I'm very sorry about
That's
that,
a good captain.
You got flogged.
Yeah. There's no flogging. The captain says, "If you could take a reading, we're going to continue to the southwest. We should carry on until we get to a road. According to his map, he's got like a localized area map. And he says Ep4 now will be to the north of the road, as far as he's concerned. So if you could make a navigation roll, then that would be great."
Who?
You're on the compass, are you not?
Yes, I am.
So if you can make a survival roll and add 2 steps for your compass.
Okay, so that would be intelligence again and survival, and I do 2 steps maybe on my D dice.
To your highest dice.
To my highest. So that would be okay. So that.
Oh,
would
I
be,
did that wrong last
8.
time. It's the highest, isn't it?
Okay.
Yeah.
So that would be from D8. I would go to D12 in intelligence.
Yep.
And then the other one is a D6. So
So
D12.
then that would go up to D. Yeah. So what's your survival?
D6.
There's nothing.
D6.
D6. So if it goes from a D10, did you say, to a D12?
The D8 is his intelligence.
Oh, so D8 to
2
D12.
steps
Sorry,
take it up
sorry.
to D12.
Yeah.
Yeah. So D12, D6.
Yep, that's right.
Okay. Wow, I'm on a roll today. 0 successes. I'm gonna.
You can't push it.
Okay.
Um,
I can or I can't.
You won't be able. Well, no, I wouldn't allow you to push it because it's a passive kind of role. It's not actually doing something stressful or anything like that. So,
Understood.
no pushing on that one, I'm afraid. Okay, that's fine. You kind of like take a line which way you were going before, so you're not kind of going horrendously wrong.
In any case, during this time, if I can, I would like to talk with Captain Hardy.
Sure. He's more than happy to do that while you're kind of, the rest of you are kind of breaking up camp.
Yeah, so the idea was like to tell him, Captain, we're talking with his family the other day, and they said that actually Ep4 has been taken by police forces that are actually, they are kind of they took over this. So I doubt that we will rejoin our NATO forces. I don't know if it's a good idea to go to Opoc now, or we should be try and go somewhere else.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, and I think we should scout around the south of it, and maybe try and sneak through. According to my my map, he basically pulls out his map. He says towards the southwest, there's a couple of other towns. I believe that's where the 5th Infantry are. In, I believe, Radomsko, I think is the name of the town. And that's the edge of his map that he's got, his local area map.
So, so I look at it, and it's this town next to the river, Pritz.
Yes, that's it.
Something like that.
Yeah.
No, the
So
Radomsko, one more over.
Yeah, so it's
Radomsko. Yeah, but we need to go through Pritzborz, I guess.
Yeah, that's correct. Or between that and Sulejau.
Take the bridge between Sulejau and Pritzborz.
Yeah.
Taking the bridge might not be the best.
That's what I was thinking too.
We'll probably try and fall
But
the
like,
river
there's
if we can.
there's a bit of forest, like possibly up against the river, just south of the bridge.
Yeah.
So maybe we could.
Keep an eye out, see what's going on.
Yeah.
We may have to scout it and see
Build a raft.
what's there.
So yeah, I guess when he says that he was thinking the same thing, then maybe I will share this with everyone. I would say, oh guys, maybe we should rethink our direction.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I just bring it up to everyone, I guess, before we finish.
Yeah, so everyone kind of sits around. He kind of shows you the map, and pretty much is saying, the plan would be to kind of go south of Opoc now, and then make our way into the hills, through the hills, and follow the forest. I'll show you on the map here. I'll just kind of go around the hills, into the forest, stick with the forest, around here, and then see what we can see around about there, which is between the two towns. Obviously, there'll be a bridge going across the river, but we can kind of hide out in the forest and see what we can see.
What about scavenging in the city for supplies?
Yeah, we could do that. We've got the largest city of Prejdeborsk.
No, I mean Opoc now.
Oh, Potsdam. Oh, we could try.
But I mean, remember what they told us yesterday.
But we've got
there are marauders. There are people that might be attacking us. I don't think we are prepared to attack a big group at this moment. Do you plan to go stealthy inside?
Yeah, of course. No problem, man. No problem. I'm a kid. They're not gonna shoot at a kid. I'll just use I'll use my charm if anybody finds
like
me.
the other Russians yesterday. You remember I had to go down to the river to get you, huh?
Yeah, but they won't see me. I'll be like a ghost, in and out.
Hey Cap, I think we should skip bots now.
I think that's probably a very good idea. He kind of pats you on the back, Dom, and says, "You're very brave for wanting to go in and do it, but I think it's too much of a risk. I don't want to kind of lose you."
You want to eat acorns and tree roots? That's fine. All right.
Right. How much food have we actually got then?
I've got two of these MREs left. Hold up my 2 MREs.
The captain holds up his one. Right.
I've got 2. And half a can of orange.
So that's not a lot.
And I think Angel's got one left, right?
One.
Yep.
So we could probably get 20, 30 kilometers today, if we're lucky.
Yeah, but we need to make these last, right? So maybe we should try and, while we're in a forest, maybe we should try and be scavenging off the land and save the MREs for later, because they're gonna last a little while.
That makes sense.
And we might not have trees around for.
We can ration. I don't know if we can ration this.
Would it be reasonable to say that going off the path a little bit, we would be probably likely to run into some farmsteads along the way?
Yeah, I mean, the farmsteads are probably along the road. In the forest itself, probably not so much. But there is smaller roads that kind of lead off of these roads, so they could very well be farmsteads.
What's the brown on the map? The light brown?
So that is going to be hills.
Hills, okay.
Coffee stain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or coffee stain. Yeah.
Okay. I think if we're going to be traveling through the forest, not going into the city, I'm going to think about scavenging as we're going. Or if I can... does it take like an entire shift to do scavenging?
It does, yeah. It takes a shift to scavenge, and you can go 1 hex per shift. So you essentially could have the morning shift to scavenge and then travel in the afternoon shift.
I don't know. I mean, what do people think? I think food's quite important, especially if we're not stopping in a city to scavenge.
No.
So maybe we do a little scavenging run at some point today.
So the captain says, "Look, I'm open to suggestions." And he looks at
fine.
Leo. He looks at you, and Angel. He looks at you.
Yeah, I'm not very good at finding food, but if we see a deer or anything, I can shoot it with this Mosin.
And tell everyone that we're here. I've got a crossbow, man. I could hit. Well, I'm not that good with it, as you know, but you know.
I think as we get to Apoc now, we won't want to be using our rifles.
Here. I'll swap weapons with you for a bit. Yeah.
Sure.
Or you just hold on to this one for now.
We could also try and set traps and snares in the evening time when we set camp.
So I'll give you my crossbow, actually, Leo. Yeah, snares are a good idea if we had any. Do we have anything to make them with?
We have Viv's garrote wire.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then what is the possibility? Can I get a vibe check of ensnaring some mutated bunny with 2 faces?
There's a potential.
So that kind of mise en scène. All the flavour is concentrated in the extra face.
So you could potentially try and scavenge, spending a shift doing that, or you could, as Dom has suggested, probably be able to find something in the city. It's more likely, but there's a high risk that you could be potentially found by the marauders.
Yeah, I don't want to risk that. I would rather spend 1 shift hunting and snaring things.
All right, let's do that then.
Okay, so I will have a walk with a crossbow and try to see if I can get a rabbit or something.
So is this a standard survival roll, but I get like a help from Leo?
Yep. So let me just get that for you.
And that'd be an increase to my
right. So
yeah, go on. That'd be an increase to my highest dice first, right?
Yeah. So you're going to try hunting.
Yeah.
For something. So to hunt, you must roll your survival.
Yep.
Modified by the terrain type. And so yourselves.
Forest.
Because you're in a forest.
Maybe a +1.
Have a little look.
Might even be
have it here.
It might be on the tabletop already.
It might already have been on the tabletop.
Terrain types. Recon, mobility, visibility, cover. Nope. It doesesn't tell you about survival though.
No. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so that's fine.
Forest. Yeah. Okay. What is it?
So I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna leave you +1 to survival in the forest.
Okay.
You can make a survival roll, then you'll be able to track the prey. If there's 2 of you, then you can have a further
+1
boost to that.
I would say I would go probably with Dom.
+1.
We'll take the crossbow because I shoot better than him.
Yeah.
And he's kind of the recon. He's little, small, and he sees better, I guess, than me. He's
Sure. So
more at the-
you both will go and
Yeah.
hunt.
Yep.
What does Viv and Angel want to do?
I'm happy to follow Angel's lead.
So we're essentially sitting tight.
And she's
while
got
we
a
go hunt.
good head on her shoulder.
You can sit tight, or you can go foraging.
Say so.
I mean,
Um,
Angel's got survival skills too.
Yeah, I'll go foraging.
berries.
So two foraging parties. We'll leave the captain to.
He'll hold fire and hold camp, as it were.
Is there any? Has the time for any kind of recon passed? Have we gone past that stage?
Yeah. So at the moment,
Yeah.
you get up in the morning.
As I say, I don't have any survival, so maybe I just watch everybody's shit.
Yeah, but you can help Angel with her survival roll though.
Oh,
Yeah.
can I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have.
so-
By
I
just
think I'd be-
rolling. By just
You don't roll
rolling
anything.
intelligence?
You don't roll
You
anything.
don't roll anything. You're just basically helping
Okay.
her.
You're boosting her roll
yeah.
just by being there.
Um,
All right.
Pretty much. Ooh,
Look at
mushroom.
mushroom.
Yeah, you can't eat that.
Angel's over here foraging. I am just sort of projecting vibrations of helpfulness towards her.
So point
so-
of mechanical order then.
Yes.
If my intelligence is D10, and
Yes.
I'm getting a +2, the first
Yep.
+1 bumps that to a D12,
Correct.
and the second +1 then bumps my lower skill up 1. Is that right?
It does. Yeah,
Okay,
that's correct.
All right, so I'll make that roll then.
Yeah, I'm just following you.
Oh my god, D12 and a D10. I got no successes.
Double two.
I can't push that, can I?
I don't think you
No, I don't.
can.
It's passive. It's like I take an entire
Yeah,
shift.
yeah.
Okay.
No.
Slim
Hunt harder,
pickings.
boy. Hunt harder.
Oh,
No, no, there's
so-
nothing there. That's what it means.
that's just you look around, you follow tracks, you follow trails, and then's the problem with hunting.
Maybe
they're just being
Angel will
very
have more
elusive.
luck.
Angel.
Okay, so and then I get +1 from Viv helping.
And the terrain,
And
you
then
get
that goes-
+1 as well.
And you get +1 from the terrain. You don't get anything from the time of year. It's just a straight 0 from that. So
All right, so then I would have a D12 and a D8.
Yep.
Mhm.
One success.
one success.
Nice.
Okay. Unfortunately, because of, even though it is the sort of like coming in, it is sort of into summer. It's still sort of fairly cold. You've managed to find one ration of food. It is not good pickings at the present moment, and you would imagine that with the marauders potentially nearby and probably everything that's been going on, it's just devoid of anything that you can particularly use. So that takes a good 6 to 7 hours of your time during the morning, foraging and hunting, but coming down with some berries and some tubers and a few mushrooms, enough to make one meal.
Which I would probably just put in a bag and put in my pocket for later anyway, since I only have one ration.
So I guess, yeah, we move out.
So as you were doing that, during the course of your morning, the weather's kind of come in, the rain has come back, it's starting to rain again. And with the rain, you're sort of like, you're sort of in the trees, and every now and then the rain's kind of like falling on you. And it takes sort of maybe 15, 20 minutes to realize that you're wet, but also you're starting to have streaks of soot, which is following with the rain. So it seems to be raining like a sooty kind of snow along with the rain.
Awesome.
Yay! And that presumably also adds to the reason why you can't seem to find anything. And you you spend the rest of the time looking around, and you come back to the good captain, who has set up a small bivvy, waiting for you all to arrive back.
Yeah, no lag, sir. Sorry, we tried. There's nothing.
Sometimes you just can't get it.
Seems like we are not. Good luck.
Yeah, we may have no choice but to try and have a look and see what's in the city. I didn't really want to do it, but maybe we'll have to do it.
Me neither. Without knowing what we are against, this could be suicide.
Well, we'll just have to be very quiet, perhaps. And then the rest of you come back from foraging as well.
I'll ask to see the map for a minute from the captain.
Yep, he shows you the map.
All right, so I think we should try and cross the road, see what we can actually see if there's any activity, and then try to approach it from the south.
Mm-hmm.
We take it from the road, they're going to see us coming. I mean, if they're idiots, they might not have people posted, but we can't guarantee on that. Right. Coming in from, well, maybe even the north might be best. From a place that's not heavily roaded could be ideal to get in as close as we can to see what we can see and then make it a little bit more of an informed action. So at that point, I would kind of point to the hex that we have to our northwest.
Yep, that makes sense.
And then coming in from the northeast to see what's going on.
Okay.
Sounds like a plan. I wish we could go on a hill or something, like. But the hill seems to be on the left of the town.
There's a hill like around the north side of it, though, too.
If we will get there, because we could check that's not a bad idea, Angel. I like that.
It just depends on whether the town is kind of at the top of the hill, which it kind of looks like from the map there, right?
It does, doesn't it? Yeah.
Remind me, Ed, the motion had optics.
A scope. It did, yeah. Had a scope.
A PSO. So I can actually snipe if necessary.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's do that. I like that idea, Captain.
Yeah, that seems like a good idea. I think that's a great plan.
Yeah, I give back Dom the crossbow.
Okay.
We'll be approaching there closer to the evening anyway, so we'll...
Yeah. Okay, well, in that case, we'll make a heading northeast in that case. Yeah. Okay, so, Leo, can you use your handy compass?
But I already rolled before. It was terrible.
That was true. Excellent. I'll roll a direction for you. Okay. Could someone make a recon roll to keep watch as you travel?
That would be Dom.
Yep, sure.
The scout.
No successes.
Okay.
Can I give it a whack?
I think there's one of us is keeping watch.
Okay.
Right? Or can multiple people do it?
Yeah, no, just one person keeps watch.
It's like
Fair enough.
It's like your role during the travel, kind of.
Yeah. So yes, you travel towards there. It is just forest. There is nothing else. It's actually hard going. This is forest that people don't really go into. You come across a few trails that you're kind of following, which is a little bit easier, but then you realize that as you're kind of moving in a northward direction, it's not as easy going as you thought. So by the time you get towards the rest of the day, most of the day is actually done. The rain is still coming down. You're still kind of being streaked with ash. Can all of you please take 2 rads from radiation? So there should hopefully be.
Where's rads?
So on your character sheet, there'll be a tracker of radiation.
I can do it for you.
It's right above your equipment.
Yeah, but he's on the phone. I'll do it for you.
Cool.
No,
Thank
it's
you.
okay.
I did it.
2 rads.
Yeah.
That's okay. I can do that.
I already put them. Don't worry.
Oh, thank you.
No problem.
Could you all please make a stamina roll for me?
Sure.
Sorry, stamina roll.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a success.
Okay, so you will need 4 minus your total amount of rads. So you'll need 2 successes.
Say that again.
So
In total.
in total, it is 4 minus your total amount of rads.
What is 4 minus total number of successes needed?
So the number of that's how many successes you need.
Have we got already 2? I don't understand either.
So you've got 2 rads from the day.
Yeah.
That you've been going through.
Yeah.
And so now you need to make a stamina roll as you've kind of gone through the day with the streaks of radiation on you.
Yeah,
Okay,
sorry,
so
but
roll.
so the 4 minus the current number of rads
Rads that you have.
is each of us individually. So we need to take each of us need to get 2 successes or more.
Yeah, just for the day.
So I got 1 success. What does it
Right.
mean?
Okay.
Adam didn't get any successes.
I didn't get any.
Charlotte, what about you?
Okay.
I got one
I
success.
got 1 too. So Dom, Angel, and me, we got 1. So that means that we have 2 plus.
Well, we needed 2, so yeah.
You need 2 successes. 1 second. This is new on me, so.
Okay. We wait.
Woohoo! This is your random event for the first session. Okay, yeah. So, so if you didn't get this number of successes, you suffer. Well, you will start to feel pretty unfit, unwell. You start starting to feeling the beginnings of radiation sickness. And if you could, Angel, just make a quick medical aid roll.
Three successes.
Okay.
Nice.
Very quickly, you realize that you are you're starting to feel the effects of radiation poisoning, and you're not starting to feel very well at all. So you're actually starting to get quite sick. So you're going to need to find a place to hold up, decontaminate yourself, which means you need to have a wash.
At long last.
Clean your clothes and clean yourself, which will automatically get rid of one of your rads.
Okay. From all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we cannot do
Do
that.
we have
Don't
to-
have water.
Oh,
Yep.
right.
Yeah, so you're going to have to find somewhere to do that, which means you're probably going to have to go into the town anyway to find somewhere to clean off.
Shit, you guys, we're getting dosed pretty bad in this rain. We need to find shelter first. Can we find like a copse of trees that would shelter us from the rain while it's raining?
Yeah, you'd have to make camp and do that. So that's not a problem if someone wants to make camp.
Yeah,
Is that gonna be me
we
again?
should probably
We'll
wait
do-
to hit the town until we can get until this rain stops, because this could get very bad very fast.
What are we talking about? You're worrying over nothing.
That's exactly what happens.
Reroll.
Spray into the bushes.
So, am I rolling?
I will do it, or I help you. I mean, we do the same thing. I can help you out.
You've got some clean water anyway that you took before this all happened. So each of you could actually use, I'll be generous, 2 units of your drinking water each to decontaminate yourself.
Okay.
And then as soon as you're out of the rain and out of the decontaminated rain, then you'd be
let's
able
make
to.
let's make the shelter first and see if we can
Yeah.
get out of the rain first, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna
So
roll
we'll sit
with
down.
one person helping me, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
3 successes again.
Yeah, that's fine. You're making another exquisite shelter, which gets you out of the rain and gets you out of that. And you actually, with 3 successes, you managed to make an area that you think you could use to decontaminate yourself with, and then go to the sleeping area where you'd have clean clothes.
I build a wilderness chemical shower.
Well, as best as you can, which basically means you at least get rid of the actual decontaminated streaks and stuff from your body. You don't want to ever go back there again, though.
No. Okay, so if we want to do that, we remove 2 rations of water. And what happens when we remove a point of radiation? Do we have to make a roll of some kind?
Yes, you need to roll a d6 for every point you're about to lose. If you roll a success, the rad stays and becomes permanent.
Oops.
So roll d6.
Yay, mine's not permanent.
So don't get a 6, you should be fine.
Okay, I roll. Okay, I'm fine too. So basically, you lose the point.
Yeah, you lose the points.
So far, so good.
Adam, I will take it out for you.
No success.
Yay!
Oh,
Thank you.
1 second, and the captain.
Alright,
Oh no.
man. He got a 6. No. No.
The captain is just a really unlucky captain.
Well, he's not very
he's
hard.
expendable.
He has taken 1 point of permanent corruption. Wrong game. Radiation.
He becomes possessed by Cthulhu in a twist no one saw coming.
This is the Simba room. So by washing it off, by the end of the day, as long as you stay out of the rain, the other rad will disappear.
Yeah, so I guess we're stuck here until the rain stops.
Yeah.
And that means that we cannot move when it's raining. You should have known this before, right?
Not right now. I mean, look at the soot that's coming down. Something happened.
Yeah.
Maybe.
This is from somewhere.
Yeah, something's happened. Let's make a judgment call on. Let's pick. If someone can make intelligence plus, actually make it. In fact, no. You're the best person for that. Is probably going to either be intelligence plus survival with -2 modifier, or an empathy plus. Or in fact, we'll say an intelligence plus medical aid. We'll mix it up a little.
That's gonna be Angel, probably.
From Angel at -1.
Okay, so that'll be a D10 and a D8.
Can you do that? Can you combine skills
Do you-
from different?
Are you
I can.
questioning the GM?
How dare you? I think that makes perfect sense. You're using your intelligence instead of your empathy to kind of to understand something, so that's fine.
Yeah. I
One
agree.
success.
Okay. So yes, you do know that every now and then there is the possibility of radiated rain. It doesn't happen very often, but every now and then it does. And it's just basically everyone just rushes indoors and stays away from it. Unfortunately, you were outside, didn't pay much notice until obviously you realized what was going on. Because it could also be from, fires or from other stuff that's mixed in the atmosphere when it comes down. So, yeah.
Fun.
Not to mention for breathing all that shit in.
Mm-hmm. So yeah. Welcome to the world of Twilight 2000. It's not a glorious day.
In Poland.
Yeah.
With the radioactive rain.
Woohoo! So yes, you spend the latter part of the afternoon and the early part of the evening just decontaminating yourselves and sitting down and getting rid of all the the things that are coming out in various different orifices, and clean yourselves up. Probably have a little bit of food and a little bit of water.
Okay.
Could we take this time to sleep and then
You
make
can
a
indeed.
bit of a nighttime approach to the city if the rain eases up?
Yeah, you could do that.
Okay. So I will take out one of my water units. So
Mhm.
I'm down to 1 unit.
Yeah. I think pretty much everyone's going to do the same thing.
Yeah. And then for the eating, I guess I will just not eat tonight.
Depends how much food everyone has got. I think you all had enough for 1 ration today. Because someone can share with you, Leah.
Yeah, I'll share. I've
Okay,
got 2,
thank
so I
you.
might as well just use them both up.
Means
I'll
you
eat
all
my
kind of-
orange.
Yeah. So I think it's pretty much you're out of food now.
And we're all down on 1 water as well from having
Mhm.
to drink it. Yeah.
That town is starting to look particularly appealing to everyone.
Yep.
Okay.
So you spend the afternoon in the early evening resting after you've made your camp. And sort of about, late into the evening, probably the equivalent of about 9 or 10 in the evening, the rain has stopped. And everyone who's rested, I take it no one was going to stay awake.
Probably not.
No, you're pretty much deep into the woodlands, so you probably think you'll be okay. And
But
you
yeah,
know,
if we're hiding, then they will as well.
and you sleep and rest, leaving your night shift.
And we take out the last radiation point. Do we need to roll again?
No, that disappears,
Okay.
and you're down to 0 radiation now, with only the poor captain keeping a permanent one.
Okay. Okay. So let's move into town, as you said. Approach the north.
Which I think seems like if anyone wants to take a break now for 5 seconds, this would probably be the ideal point to do it.
I'm okay.
I'm okay as well.
All good? Okay. So,
The GM can take a break, or the referee, if you need to plan the disaster that's going to happen now.
the GM needs to go to the little GM's room. If you
Let's
give me
take
2
a break.
minutes,
I might
I'll
do
be
the
back
same,
in just a
actually.
second. Everyone's like,
Tactical.
no. Oh yeah, no.
That GM rule.
Just takes one person. Whole fire of one. I'll be back in just a short second.
Okay. Oh my gosh, but yeah, that's a good idea to try to scout a little bit from the north. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of having to go up a hill to get to the town, but at least we'll have the trees to shelter us a little bit of the way up.
I don't know how
Are we still alive, by the way?
Oh yeah, yep.
Very much. No, I think we need to plan a little bit, like if we will all go in, or if some people will stay behind just in case people get captured or something happens. I don't know.
Going in at night, I'm not expecting to have a huge resistance force against us.
Could be.
But we'll have to see.
Yeah.
We'll be able to see kind of what's going on a little bit better by the light that they have going, whether they have fires going or whether they've
That's
managed to get generators hooked up.
And then the problem is finding which building would be the best to get what we need.
Yeah.
Because I'm guessing if they are holed up in the church, they probably are keeping all their, everything, food, water, anything in the church maybe. Or maybe they have a warehouse nearby.
Yeah.
We can trace maybe, I don't know. Yeah. It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna be checking my gun. I think loading up on my empty max. Yeah, we are thinking of the plan. What's gonna be?
So just looking at the chat, I agree, Fenhorn, it doesn't exist.
Yeah. Yeah, urban environment. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you know, we'll see. Okay, doc.
We need some hold music while we do this.
Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars.
There we go.
Are we gonna run into copyright difficulties if I sing the whole thing?
Yes.
ECM aid.
Or Matt suddenly has to start paying royalties.
Blur blah blur blah blur blah blah blur blur blah blah blah.
Okay. This is what happens when you just freestyle the session. Okay. If you give me just 2 seconds.
Does Twilight 2000 come with a generation of what happens on each one of the, tiles?
It does. I could probably say this. There is a sort of encounter system where you use a pack of playing cards, and every card has an encounter on, so you can just randomly draw an encounter per.
And also to define the terrain and things like this, like Forbidden Lands or others. Or Mutant Year Zero, no? It's like this, no? You have like different things, no?
Yeah, so there is sort of like different things you can have. So
Threat cards.
Yeah.
From Mutant Zero.
It's similar. It's similar to Mutant Zero in that respect. So it's quite nice. You can actually, as you do it on the fly, you can just create encounters. Encounters change depending on night and day, and whether you're on a road, you're off road, all that kind of stuff. So,
and a number of players, is it modified by
yes,
players or 5 players?
So some encounters might say the number of PCs times 3 or times 2 or whatever it is. So it does kind of scale in that respect. But I don't think there's like a kind of level system. I think you just get whatever you get. So
tank is when you have 6 people.
Well, I suggest you run.
Oops.
Yeah, I would. As a GM, I won't go any further than say if they have a tank, I would probably not attack.
Definitely.
Unless you got something that can damage a tank.
We got live-in grenade launchers.
Oh, we left them behind. No,
RPGs.
You've got
We've
one.
got the power of friendship.
The bazooka of love.
Bazooka of love. Oh, yeah, that's what...
Excuse me. Let's get serious.
So yeah, come on. Where's the seriousness that we've got? So yes, you are going to make your way up through the woods to the north side of Puchnau, and then make your way south. If that is the plan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, say that again.
So you're going to make your way north from where you are. Go around.
I think we should approach from where we are now, going in from the northeast.
So,
okay.
Yeah, through this little hilly, no? This tip.
Like right. How do I do that?
Just press hold. Press and hold.
Yeah.
Yeah, so right from there, because we have the most trees leading up the hill.
Yes.
If we go coming from the north, we are bare ground,
Hmm.
coming up the hill the entire time.
Whatever the angel says, I say.
We'll go with that.
She seems to know what she's doing.
Okay. That seems to make sense. Right. In which case, you are going to travel through the woods. Okay. You are traveling through the woods. Could one of you please make a survival roll to make sure you get through the right way? Because it's dark, it's nighttime. Does anybody have any flashlights or any light sources?
That's a good question.
I don't.
Retconning, going back and getting a stick with the piece of fabric dipped in the gasoline from the vehicle that we left earlier.
We've got
Cortez.
the gasoline.
Yeah.
Someone's got the gasoline, so you could make something like that now. Or in the process, yeah, I'll happily let you make something if you want.
No, I would not make something like that.
You sure? We don't want to use our how to make something rules? Has anybody got tech?
No.
No.
I think I do. Yeah, I've got a D. I've got a D in tech.
Okay.
So a little bit.
So you can kind of jury rig or attempt to jury rig a couple of torches.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I'll try.
Dom's the only one in his year group who had a scientific calculator, so he's well ahead of the pack.
Yeah.
Woodworking,
So if
DTC, whatever you want to call it.
yeah.
All right. So that's a D10 and a D6.
Yep.
2 successes.
Dom is on fire. In fact,
Well,
Bill's
hopefully
doing
not.
really well.
Hopefully not
No,
literally.
no.
Considering I'm trying to make torches.
Yeah, you managed to make 2 torches with that.
Okay.
It's pretty straightforward. It's a really basic item to make. It doesn't require much other than a bit of. You've got survival as well, haven't you, Dom? So
Yeah.
yeah, you can quite easily do that. Normally that would take a shift. It doesn't seem to make sense while you're all kind of resting and stuff. You've managed to do that.
Okay.
So yeah, you've got a couple of torches, which will probably last you a few hours. So you can now guide your way through. So Leo, if you'd like to make yourself, or in fact, yeah, because you've got the compass. So if you want to do that,
Yeah.
make your survival roll with +2.
Okay. So again, intelligence, I have D8. So that would be a D12
D12. Yep.
plus D6.
Yep.
Which is my survival. D12. D6.
I will let you push that.
Oh, fuck. One success.
Yay! But you also got 1 stress from it. So yeah, you literally stress yourself out by doing this.
So yeah, I don't know.
So you add 1 stress because you were using your intelligence, were you not?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you take another stress.
Yeah, I don't
I'll
even
just-
know how much I got.
I'll let you know. I think it's on your character sheet. They're all up to date. I did
Yeah,
kind
but
of-
they have 4 too, so I don't know.
Oh,
One
okay.
is the permanent, one is the temporal, I guess, right?
Yeah, so I guess we
So
forgot
4
to
is
do
the
that.
first.
We forgot to actually do that. Oops. Hey, I'll be generous. You've just lost a 1. We'll see. Everyone gained their stress back.
Okay.
That makes sense.
So what do I have?
So you're actually down to 3 out of your 4.
Okay, so I on the character sheet for
Yeah.
3. Okay, got it.
And we'll do the same with Dom. You can have yours back as well.
1 back. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
That's all right. So yes, yeah, through a lot of stress and shouting at yourself internally because you don't want to make too much noise, you make your way through the trees, and you guide yourself exactly where Angel was kind of showing it. As you're getting closer, yeah, it is slightly on a slightly raised hill. Not that you'd really know it, but you kind of start to make your way up a little bit. And you come to a stream, which you start to follow. You follow the stream. The stream then goes over a small side road. And you end up going past an abandoned building, which looks like it was some kind of mechanic shop.
So,
should
But
we?
it looks abandoned.
Should I sneak in and see if there's anyone inside, and maybe try and scavenge something from it? I mean, a mechanic shop could have some useful tools in it. Maybe. What do people think?
Yep.
yeah, if you can do it quick, so you don't get too late.
Yeah, as you realize that as you've kind of like come through, this is sort of like just on the outskirts of Ep4 now, and there were buildings along a road that you're sort of like going perpendicular to. This seems to be one of the only few buildings left standing. It's full of pockmarked holes from small arms fire and general wear and tear of war. But yeah, you could do that if you want to try and sneak into the compound. Is probably a bit too much of a word. You've got a large, like, barn area. You've got what looks like an old abandoned car park. There's an old shed on one side, and there's also this old tattered sign that says car something.
Okay. All right. So I just make a straight up recon roll, yeah?
Yep. Yes.
Dun, dun, dun. No successes.
Ooh.
But I guess that only comes into play if somebody's observing.
Indeed. Who knows? Yeah, you make your way in. So you can either go to the shed or the barn of your choice.
I will. I'll go to the barn first, maybe.
Okay. So you make your way over to the barn. As you get closer, you can see that the wooden slats are kind of falling off, and there's actually brickwork underneath. So at some point, it was obviously made to look like it was an old barn, but it's actually an old building.
Okay.
It's got one of those large roller doors on the side, which is half open.
Mm-hmm. Can I kind of
slide in?
Yeah.
There's no light coming from inside.
Okay.
When you do go in, you can see that there is. This was at some point an auto garage. There's something to raise and lower cars. There's a small pit that you'd be able to go under if you were looking underneath the car. There's also there's a vast array of old, rusted, and broken shelving units that presumably at one point had various tools and various other things in. There's those drawers that look like they've been pulled out. Looks like obviously someone's raided this place.
Okay.
There's what's left of an old like welding machine. There's what you think might be used for kind of putting tires onto wheels. And it's just this general kind of auto parts kind of like place. It was probably like a small business at one point.
Okay. Can I spend a little bit of time just kind of having a quick nose around, like I don't know, like
You want to pretty much like just have a quick scavenge.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
okay.
Think of Fallout. I'm opening any of those containers that don't say empty on them already.
There's no need to open that. Oh, I'll just open it anyway. You never know. There might be a bazooka in there.
You never know.
Okay. Yeah. So if you want to make a tech roll for me.
Tech roll, yeah? Okay. Let's see if I get any better luck on this one. Whoa. We may have lost some sound. Can I get a quick sound check? Yeah, we lost sound. Hold on a second. I'll just quickly roll. I got 1 success. Don't say anything because nobody can hear you. Oh, man. Let me just mute everyone. Still can't hear anything. It's something. So the audio comes through my computer, and at the moment there's nothing coming through. Give me 1 second. All right, say something. Crap. Okay. Sorry about this, everyone. Oh, we're back.
Let me say way-ho.
We're back. Right, we're back. 1 success.
Excellent. Could you make a percentile roll for me, please?
Okay. I'll try. Let me do 2d10s. We'll take the first result as the 23.
23. If handy provided, okay. There's a book in one of the drawers that's been left there.
Okay.
It looks like it's a Polish version of a crime novel of your choice.
Okay, I'm not going to take that.
Okay.
But yeah.
When you look around, there isn't anything else really of any kind of value.
Okay.
Unless you want to kind of spend a bit of time picking up nuts and bolts and stuff like that, there isn't anything of any real kind of value that's been left that you could use potentially.
Okay.
So while you're doing that,
Fenhorn's just written a skill book. One can dream. No. Anyway.
The rest of you are waiting outside.
Just keeping guard, looking around, checking that.
And while you're doing that, you can hear the sound of an engine coming down the road.
Of course.
I take out the Mosin gun,
Okay.
the optic, and I try to see what's going on.
Sure. So actually, there is a road that heads to the north from where you are, just on the edge of that tree line, which is you're just on the edge of.
So here?
So I will just point on the map for you.
That road, you mean?
1 second. I am not there. Yeah. Sorry. So it is actually a road that comes up here. I'll just point on the map. It's a small road. It's not, it's not a major road or anything like that. And so it heads up. You would imagine it connects to the other road going up to Radom. And you can see a pickup truck coming down the road. There's someone driving, and there are two other people in the back of the pickup truck.
Can I see inside? I mean, can I see if they are wearing any uniforms that they record?
Make a recon roll for me, please.
A what? Recon?
Recon roll, yeah, please.
Okay. D8 and D6. One.
Yeah, so the guy driving you can't really see very well. But one of the guys that's sitting on the back of the pickup truck, he appears to be wearing a Polish uniform.
Okay.
It's quite threadbare. He's got a helmet on, and he has over his shoulder on a sling. Looks like an AK of some sort.
Okay. And they are going away from us, right?
They're coming towards you. So they're coming towards Poch now.
Okay. So I tell everyone, quick, we need to hide inside the building. Somebody's coming. Police troops.
Matt,
Or
all
maybe the
3
marauders.
skulls said headlocker.
Hide.
I pick up all my shit. I scoop up whoever's nearest to me and I make for indoors.
Okay.
And I change then again. I take my my HK and I if there is a hole that gives to this building, I will just stay there.
Okay.
Like I let everyone pass and I will be covering.
Angel?
Torches off.
I'm going to follow Leo's lead.
Okay.
Thank you.
And the captain
Thank you,
pretty much does the same thing. You'll rush into the abandoned lot. Are you going to go to the same building that Dom is in, or are you going to go
Same
across
building
the
as
lot
Dom.
to the... Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank
Dom,
you.
you're just kind of like scrounging around. And all of a sudden, they'll come running in.
And I say,
Like,
torches off. Dom, hide the torch.
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, cool. You can hear the sound of a vehicle coming. And then you hear the sound of a vehicle driving towards you. And then the vehicle, you see the headlights of the vehicle sort of illuminate the building. And then it drives past.
Wow.
And then it slowly fades. Okay.
Do we know-
Opportunity to get that car, maybe?
Who
Yeah, we
who
lost
was
it.
that? Who was that?
I think the marauders. One of the guys in the back was wearing kind of looked like a police uniform and an AK. I
Okay.
come back. Should be careful.
It goes very quiet.
I found this book.
Should we continue then?
Yeah, let's have a look.
Pass it over.
Oh, I know that one.
It's an old book. It's by Clive Cussler.
Is it
And,
is it in English?
No, it's in Polish.
I can read
Um,
Polish.
And it's
Always up for a bit of Kastler.
it's called Mayday. There you go. That's what you got.
Okay. So we continue with the plan.
Okay. Yep.
I
So you come
think
out of the building.
Yeah, we should only be, we should be paying attention in case they come back.
Yeah.
I mean, there is the option also of trying to ambush them and get the pickup if they come back.
I mean, they were heading towards the village, towards the city,
South,
right?
Towards
Yeah.
That's correct.
No, but Radom, not this one. So they might come back to.
No, they were heading to Apoc now. So they were coming from the north, south,
Yeah,
past
sorry.
you, and then into Apoc now.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so then maybe
I mean, does lend evidence to the possibility that there are marauders, I guess. Considering we've just seen what looks like some driving into the city, but yeah.
So yeah, you're going to follow the road now that goes into Apoc now.
yeah, but carefully with all the lights, I would say.
Okay. Yeah.
Sounds like a good plan.
Okay. So you kind of follow the road then in that case. And as you're kind of following the road, you realize that the buildings are starting to become more abundant. And it looks like you're sort of like following the smaller road that you're on joins a sort of slightly larger road. And you can see on your left and right buildings from probably from like the late 90s. This is obviously the outlying parts of Apoc now. And they're sort of like aligned in plots. So you've got the main house, and then generally like a garage or an outside shed. And then there's a bit of tract of land, and then it goes into the forest. And that's pretty much what you have as you go.
Does it seem that any of these houses are inhabited by anyone?
So it doesn't appear that way. As you're kind of going through and you're kind of briefly having a look at the buildings look like they are abandoned. There is the signs of small arms fire. Some of them are burnt out. Some of them have got explosives damage. So you would imagine that this is obviously at some point whoever was living here is gone by now.
Yeah.
But there is quite a lot of them, and you sort of like follow through the back of the houses, I guess, to stay away from the road. Mm-hmm. That's what the captain's suggestion.
What's the time of day? What shift are we in?
So this is through the middle of the night. So you're sort of past.
Yeah. But we're past the midnight, past the midnight hour.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there doesn't appear to be anyone in any of them, and a lot of the doors are hanging off. And so you kind of make your way through. You go past like a waterworks, and what was left of maybe a golf course. There's a lot of craters in it. It's obviously seen better days. As you're following this, you eventually come to like a market, like an old supermarket, which all the windows have been smashed, and clearly someone has well and truly raided that many years ago. But then you start to actually get into Apoc now itself, and the buildings are starting to get more frequent, and you're starting to look like you're going into a residential area.
I thought we wanted to check from outside and try to be able to kind of determine where the marauders. I mean, if we know the church area, so the idea would be to see where they are located by the lights, and then try to figure out if they have a warehouse or anything like that where they might have food.
Yeah. Unfortunately, there isn't like a handy overlook into the town. The town kind of is on a hill, so you kind of come out of the trees and then following it onto there, and it's kind of steadily on a bit of a hill, but it's not of any great altitude, so you can't really look down into it. And obviously your view's blocked of the main part of the city or the main part of the town by these outlying residential areas. So you're having to actually go through the residential areas and the backs of the people's houses and their gardens, I guess.
There is not like a big apartment building, right? That we can.
No.
We could actually.
Surprisingly, most of the buildings that you can see within your view is all single story buildings.
No water tower or anything like that we could use to get a vantage point.
Not at the moment. Probably the biggest building you've seen so far could be from the water treatment plant that you can see, or the sewage plant, but that's only like a couple of stories high. So even then, you probably wouldn't see the best part of everything, because there are trees in the way, and so you're having to actually make your way in closer to town.
Hey, do you think they might have water at the treatment plant? Clean water?
Potentially, yeah.
Potentially.
Might be worth checking it out.
Yeah, I'm with my HK out. I'm carrying the gun.
It's scarily very quiet.
It's late.
It is late.
Should I go have a little look ahead?
Not alone though.
Yeah, but I move like a cat. You move like an elephant.
So while you're traveling,
I could go with you. I move like an Alsatian.
What's Angel and Viv doing?
Angel and Viv?
I can go with you if you like. for a bit of protection.
I guess you've got a bit of recon skill, so that's something at least.
I have.
Yeah. All right.
Angel?
Yeah, we cannot hear you actually. Your mic again.
Yep.
It must be the same issue as before. Enable, disable the mic. Yeah. Mic issues.
This is going to be the session with issues.
Lots of audio issues. Yeah.
Yeah.
But now,
Yeah.
Yep.
Now we can hear you.
Yeah.
Yay!
oh fuck. I will watch the door.
Okay. You go
But
in,
the-
we'll stay here.
So we go to the tech plant, to a processing plant at the end, I guess.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you go down a side street, and you go past a couple of warehouses, and you kind of come to the water treatment plant. On the side of the water treatment plant, it says PJK, SP, and then a faded number, which is presumably the details of the plant from a while back. Yeah, and you make your way in. There's at some point there was a gate on the front of the water treatment plant, but that's long gone, been knocked over. And as you kind of go in, surprisingly enough, it all seems to be quite well kept. Which you're like, oh, okay.
Can we hear
you can-
noises, like if it is working?
there's a sort of like a small hum that's coming from the large 2-story building, but you can see it sort of just in the darkness. You can see these large, round, what looks like vats or ponds,
Yeah.
and you're as you kind of get closer, you can smell
Sewage.
human shit, and sludge and sewage and other nice things like that.
Oh, gross. I'll say it really like stage whisper. Gross. Hey, why don't you two stay here where it smells really good, and Viv and I'll go a little bit further, sneaky.
The captain is with us.
Yeah, the captain's
you
with you.
three. Doing my usual thing of forgetting the NPC. Coriolis all over again.
The captain's obviously happily following you, and he's agreeing. You know, we want to check if there's any kind of fresh water or clean water or anything like that.
Yeah, we
Doesn't
give
probably be the
you.
place.
Yeah.
All right.
We hide a little bit on the side,
Mhm.
where we can also check the door and where they go.
Yeah.
If possible.
So as you're looking at the treatment plant, to your left hand side, you've got this large, like warehouse, 2-story warehouse, and then to your left hand side, so to your right hand side, I don't know which way I am this way. To your right hand side, you've got these 3 large vats of water. They're obviously the sewage treatment area.
Yeah.
And behind that, there are other smaller buildings and a car park and various other stuff. And behind that, there is also some other sort of like buildings as well. So at some point, but this area seems to be quite clean and clear. And as you kind of start making your way forward, so who's going ahead? Don and
Beep.
Leo.
No,
Okay.
Beep.
Oh no, Don and Viv.
Is
Okay.
Leo, Angel,
Yeah.
and Captain Hardy is we stay behind
Okay.
and we just basically guard them so we know where they are going if somebody comes
Sure.
in, and I'm with the gun at the ready.
Yep. Okay.
I've just realized I have a specialty specifically for sneaking around. I've forgotten about.
Okay.
But yeah.
Oops.
So how does
That's
it work
fine.
when there's 2 of us sneaking? Is it the worst person rolls, or how is it
I think
handled
so.
here?
I think that is correct, actually. You are right.
Would make sense.
So
Mhm.
that'll be Viv rolling,
So the worst recon.
which is still pretty good.
Okay.
D10 and a D8.
Yeah. D10, D8. One sec.
Cool. So you start to slowly head towards the building.
I got no successes, I'm afraid.
Okay.
Is it possible
as
to
you
push?
Can we push the stealth roll?
I can't remember if you can push a stealth roll.
Um,
Well, why not?
You can
Well,
actually. You can push a stealth
we'll
roll.
have a
You
laugh.
can't
Yeah,
push.
go for it.
You can't push the like
The observing
the
roll. That's right.
observation or observing roll. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can indeed. Give it a push, Adam.
You'll take a
Am I
stress
just
fail.
rolling? That's fine.
Just there's a
What?
little circle.
A little circle.
So there should be a circle.
There's
and
like a
about
blue.
rolling X?
There's an emoji. There's a blue emoji, like the
blue emoji.
hit the blue emoji.
And underneath the roll
on-
that you just made.
Yeah, there you go.
Got you.
Okay.
Yeah, one success.
Okay, excellent.
You take.
Yes.
I'll do your stress for you.
So you silently.
Thank you.
So you don't. So when you push it, you don't take the damage, by the way, unless you fail it. So it's fine.
Oh right. Okay.
So if you succeed when you push, nothing happens to you.
Oh, interesting.
You stealthily head towards the large warehouse area, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Well,
as
you said there was a building that seemed like the
Yeah,
sound was coming from.
large-
So that's kind of
yeah.
where I'm thinking we're heading towards.
so you make your way towards it. As you're making your way towards it, you can see a door open, which stops you dead in your tracks. And you can see someone come out of the door.
This is like middle of the night, right? Like 2 or 3
It's
a.m.
middle of the night. Yeah, so it's probably about 1:30, 2 in the morning. This person comes out of the door and goes up to the corner of the building and unzips his fly and starts to go for a pee.
Right.
What
You're just like.
is there like? Okay, we see this person coming out of the building.
There's
Is
a
there?
small bit of light coming from
Okay.
from the building he came out.
What kind of details do we see about the person when they're like in the
He
light
is-
briefly?
Male wearing what looks like a uniform of some sort. You don't know what. And he does have a rifle or something over his shoulder.
I'm gonna look wide-eyed at Viv. I'm a kid, right? I'm gonna be like, oh shit. But I'm not gonna say anything. I'm gonna basically be kind of like waiting for you to take the lead here. You know, hardened.
I'm conflicted. My hardened criminal core is clashing with my newfound moral code.
Well, I mean,
I've got this cheese cutting wire in my pocket.
But this is exactly what the moral code is meant to be doing, right? If it gets us into hot water, then that's what it's there for, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like reflexively, I twist the cheese cutting wire around my hands, and a Dom can perceive my knuckles just going livid white as I struggle with my interior madness. But I'm going to resist. I'm going to be the big person.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Try and walk gently through this Garden of Eden, tainted though it may be.
So, Angel and Tony, Angel and Leo, you can see obviously that someone's come out and is doing something in the corner of on the side of the building. You can't really make out what, but you do realize that obviously someone has walked out of the building. And he then stops, and you got one success, right, on your recon roll. Okay, that's fine. He walks back towards the building. You can see he obviously looks directly at you, where you're kind of like creeping down the side of the building.
Like
towards Dom and Viv. He stops and he pulls out a cigarette and he lights it, and then stops by the door, leaning on the edge of the door, and starts to smoke the cigarette, completely ignoring you.
Cool.
I'm gonna kind of look at you and be like, and like shake my head like,
I'm like,
your video's not fast enough.
Yeah, it's true.
it doesn't mean anything.
And
We
Liv
got-
goes up and asks him, "You got one of those to spare?" and sucker punches him.
We got Fenhorn in chat, you know, trying to bring out your inner murder hobo.
I'm trying to. Fenhorn, I've got Matt will be able to tell you I've got a long and storied past as a motor hobo. I'm just trying to mix it up this time round.
Yep. I remember you murdering an innocent old man in our Warhammer campaign once upon a time.
That bitch had it coming.
Uh-huh. How dare he be crotchety?
How dare he be?
The question
old
is,
chef?
what are you going to do with essentially, I guess, a god who's having a cigarette?
Okay, telegraphing their intent.
Or
Well,
not, who knows?
so we need water, right? We're not going to walk up to this person at 2 o'clock in the morning who's going out to take a piss and be like, "Excuse me, sir.
You know what, mate?
You got any water you could spare?"
But we do need food.
What, long pig?
Never too early to result to cannibalism.
Yeah, I could maybe earn the XP for my moral code if I offer this man as food for the rest of the group.
I'm afraid I don't think there's any rules that govern cannibalism in the book. I'm afraid.
That's
You know what?
rulings,
That's an
rulings
oversight.
over rules, right?
That's
Yeah.
a little note for the work in progress lab.
Cannibalism. Okay. So he
Yeah,
continues to smoke
in all
a cigarette.
seriousness, don't put that in, lads.
I'm gonna heft my crossbow like this and be like still looking at Viv like,
I just said, no, leave it.
and I'll get really close and whisper, "But I've been practicing, and his cigarette is making a target."
Well, it's psychotic to kill a man when he's at repose, but I look in those eyes, those little eyes.
Oh, my eyes are full of fear.
So bright with fear, and I say, I just can't say no to you.
This is me basically being scared shitless, but I'm trying to impress you because you're a you know, this hard
idol.
arse idol of mine.
Yeah, okay.
So that, like, when you say that, I'd be like, so I should shoot him.
Yeah, okay. Can I lend a hand?
No, not in
Is-
the shooting stakes.
Is that you saying? Is that you basically saying like, yeah, shoot him?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I make a coolness under fire roll to see if I
Yeah, you can do.
have the
The
nerve? It's a D6, so
yeah.
I have to. So what's this? I have to pass.
Oh, Matt,
Yeah.
do you want to shoot him?
So
Well, that's you don't know. I'm not telling you. That's.
Okay.
I'll tell you after I pass this roll.
Viv,
All right.
Or
Viv,
don't.
do you have leadership, Viv? No,
Lead
you
it.
don't.
No.
Command, no, command. Okay.
I've got manipulation.
So Dom,
Yeah.
no. So yeah, Dom, just use your coolness under fire roll. Don't add the
Yeah.
stat
Just a straight
for the unit
D6.
morale.
Yeah.
Just a straight.
I got a
D6.
1. Is that good or bad? What does that mean? What does that mean?
That's bad. Well, you failed. You failed your coolness under fire
So,
roll.
oh yeah, so I lift my crossbow up
Effectively,
and I'm basically like, I put it down and shake my head. Can't do it. Can't. Sorry. So sorry.
I place my massive hand like a side of beef on your shoulder very gently. I say, "It's all right, lad. It's no weakness.
Just having this chat with
The GM's rolling
Really
like observation.
I'm rolling my recon roll. Thank you very much. Thanks. Okay. The guy kind of like stops, looks left, looks right, throws a cigarette on the floor, stomps on it, and then shuts the door and goes inside.
I want to turn to Dom, when he's safely out of range, and say, "I'm proud of you, boy."
You are? What? You told me to shoot him.
But that was a test.
Oh god. Sorry, I'm trying to stay in character. It's hard. And I passed? I passed your test?
Yes, lad.
So
You did.
Okay, I'm a bit confused, but cool.
That's all right, lad.
So we're not gonna go
That's
in.
fine.
Are we not gonna go in? What are we doing?
We'll go in. Well, I think we should go in, but maybe not through this door that guy's just gone through. Should we try and move around the complex a little bit more?
All right, I guess. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, good
So
idea.
you continue on past the door, and there is actually a couple of doors into this facility.
Good.
Most of them look like fire doors, and a couple of them have actually got handles on this side.
Okay.
But as soon as you get towards the end of the building, there's actually a set of double doors, which are glass doors, which lead to a small atrium, which looks like an entrance into the actual building. As you get there, you can see inside. It's dark. One of the doors appears to be slightly ajar, and I think that would be a good place to leave it.
Okay.
Came up with that all by myself.
All right. Cool.
Yes, so I think that's a good place to break.
Yeah, let's do experience while we're still here.
Oh, look at you! Suddenly, I opened experience, all of a sudden they're on one side. Right. Okay. Let's.
It's just because I keep forgetting to do it in Forbidden Lands. So.
So session 4, you rule here, so you'll get a point. You travelled during the session, so you will get a point. Okay.
No conflict.
So no conflict, but you followed your moral. Do you want to follow the moral code at risk to your group?
I think I did.
I did.
Oh no, I didn't. No, I didn't. Sorry.
No, but Viv did.
Viv did.
Yeah.
So there we go.
I was going to say I
exercise enough decency to not throttle a man while he's having a whittle.
And I think I might have done my buddy thing to impress Viv, but I don't know if I actually put ourselves in harm's way again.
You weren't in harm's way yet.
No.
So I'd say no.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay, so 2 for everyone and 3 for Viv.
Yeah, that sounds right to me.
All right.
Okay, so that is.
So if you go down on your character sheet,
11.
yeah, there's an XP bit in yellow on your character sheet near the bottom. If you update the current and the total, then you could take a you got enough for a specialty then, if you wanted to, or I mean driving, whatever. But cool, we can do that later. It is a good place to stop it, I guess.
Yeah.
If everyone updates their character sheets, their XP on their character sheets now, so we don't forget about it. Again, down at the bottom of your character sheet. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Ed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apologies again for some of the technical difficulties with sound cutting in and out and people kind of technical difficulties. We're going to be taking a break now from this campaign for December. There won't be a game in December, so we'll be picking up again in January. So by that time, hopefully there'll be an alpha in everybody's hands, and the rules might have changed a fair bit from what we're doing now. But it might be interesting to see when we play again with people in the comments actually being able to reference some of the rules as we're playing. It'd be a little bit more freeing for us to talk more a bit about things. I can actually show the alpha, I imagine, during the stream as well, like the PDF, which would be very nice.
That would be helpful.
So yeah. Yeah.
Looking forward to
We're all
having
kind
you
of
all
like dying.
as backseat drivers.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Well, that's the other thing as well. And you're not supposed to do it that way. The rules say this. Damn it.
We've been having a lot of discussion.
Nice to be able to actually.
Go on, sorry.
Yeah, be able to. It'd be really nice to be able to discuss the rules once they're out open, rather than going, well, I can't discuss what we've shown.
Yeah. Cool.
It's very hard to kind of keep a lid on it.
Yeah, it is. It is hard.
Sorry, you were going to say something, Matt?
It's all good. I forgot.
I'm not.
Wasn't important.
No.
Adam, what was that?
I'm not able to follow along in the chat, but thank you to the person who compared me to Nathan Fillion. That's lovely.
That's Sven Horn again.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Matt messaged me to let me know.
Yep. Just to feed your ego a bit.
Oh.
Cool.
But
all right.
Thanks. We'll see you in January, where we'll be absolutely 100% Metal Gear Solid. Just a really professional, espionage operation from start to finish.
Fenhorn just said, "I can't unsee it."
It'd be good. And as Charlotte mentioned, at that point, I'll have a map.
Exactly.
Yeah. It might be quite different. I think that this is actually a good time to take a little bit of an extra break as well, because there might be some updates to the our virtual tabletop here to reflect some of the changes we'll be seeing. So I mean, especially with the rules handouts on the side. So anyway, all to come. That'll be in
definitely.
January some point. Keep an eye on all of our social media channels. We'll be posting about that again the day before. I think once we've made probably after Christmas, we'll try and let people know a little bit in advance, like what days we'll be streaming again. We don't have a date just yet, so I don't think, or have we agreed something? I think we might have actually. Hold on.
I think we did actually. I lie. I think we did something in.
We did. We
There
said
is a January
14th.
date.
Yeah, 14th. Yeah.
14th.
It's in the diary.
14th of January. So yeah, we do have a date. So middle of January,
14th of
14th,
January.
which is another Thursday, is when we'll be doing our next session. So join us then. Until then.
Hopefully, I will be there.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll have everyone. If things change with circumstances and stuff, then we'll have to play it by ear. But yeah. Cool. All right. Thanks everyone, and thanks again,
Thanks for
Ed.
tuning in, folks.
Yeah, thanks everyone for watching.
Thank you very much.
If you haven't already, hit the subscribe and the like button. That helps the channel grow. And catch you next time.
Tell your friends.
And tell your friends.
Yes. Cheers.
Cheers. Bye bye.